Hey guys, I got the pair of Imperial Schrade IMP22, the large and the small. Um, these knives run around $10. Sometimes you can pick them up for as low as 8. Um, of course, they're sod buster type pattern knives. Um, and 7CR, 17 MOV. So, a reasonable steel, but not very good, just usable. For the price, perfectly acceptable. The build quality of these things for the money is kind of unbelievable. Um, I mean, yes, they're built cheaply, of course, but they're also built well. Um, they're solid knives. They do have a little bit of blade play, but not much. They're comfortable in hand. You pretty much get about the same edge retention, maybe a little more out of these than you do like Case True Sharp. They're actually done pretty well for the price. You can't beat them. The small is more sculpted. It's kind of got a more rounded feel in hand, but very comfortable for a work type knife. Like this one has 0 blade play actually. The small has a hollow grind. The large has a flat grind. Reasonably strong back springs. Not too crazy, but they're reasonable. The large has a half stop, the small doesn't. And don't get me wrong, it's a mushy half stop, but it's still a half stop. And for the money, you can pretty much get this set for $20, and these are excellent work knives. More than sufficient for, a throw in your left pocket type knife that nobody's going to take offense to. That way you're not putting unnecessary wear on your main carry, or you're not upsetting people by, whipping open your Spyderco military. We shouldn't have to do that, but in today's world, that's kind of where we're at. A lot of people find reason to be offended in anything. So, oh, he opened a knife. He's a dangerous person. That's a dangerous knife. And next thing you know, you got HR on your ass. Is where these type knives right here probably nobody will bat an eye at. And they're still perfectly. They're a perfect work knife. These things are incredibly popular for a reason, and that's because they're a great value. And as much as most people don't want to admit it, for most people, a steel like this is more than adequate. It'll do a week's cutting for most people, no problem. A few passes on a strop, bring it right back to shaving. You're good to go. And when the edge starts to fall off and not come back on the strop, a couple passes on a ceramic rod to cut some bite back in the edge, and you're ready to go again. You can get a lot of use off these things on one edge in between full sharpenings. Like I said, it's 7CR. It's nothing special, but it's perfectly usable. It's actually, in my opinion, it's done better than Case True Sharp. Case True Sharp doesn't feel very good on the stones, and it does give up the edge rather quickly, and doesn't strop back as nicely as this stuff does. This stuff actually cuts pretty good as far as edge retention is concerned. Sorry, my son's in the background raising hell on his game. But anyways, you end up getting pretty decent performance out of a $10 knife. I mean, don't expect a whole lot. but considering it's $10, it's a damn good deal. And again, they're built pretty well. The fit and finish on these things is not bad considering they're $8 to $10. This one actually does rub a little bit right at the tip. I'm gonna have to fix that because it's annoying, and it actually made a blemish on the edge. If it'll focus, yeah, you can see it right there. But you know, is centering a big deal? Not really. It's the edge ain't hitting. It's just the side of the knife. But this one's not rubbing. It's close, but not rubbing. Yeah. If you're looking for a sod type knife, sod buster type pattern, and you know you don't want to pay $40 plus for a case, these right here are great little knives. They really are. And they also make really good foundations for reblades. All this back here is in place, and making reblades for these things is no issue at all if you know how to do it and you have the tools to do it. Which is what's going to happen to these guys. I think I'm going to do me I think I'm going to reblade both of these, trying to figure out what steel I want to use, but I've got some pieces of quite a few different steels out that I'm considering, but I'm actually really heavily debating on just doing them both in S30V. That's probably how I'm going to do it. Or I may go 52-100. I also might do some CPMD2 that I have laying around. I don't know. More than likely it's going to be S30V, but if not S30V, I'm really thinking CPMD2. Anyhow, yeah, they're really good foundations for reblades, and you know, if you're into that kind of stuff, and if you're not, you know, you're getting a decently done 7CR blade and a decently done handle for $8 to $10. What more can you ask for? Check them out. The Schrade Imperial IMP22. Schrade Imperial IMP22S, I do believe. Great knives, great values. Very classic. Get you one. Alright guys, y'all have a good night.